Hi everybody, welcome to another pick a card reading. So somebody requested this topic the other day. It's how do they feel now that you've cut them off? So the person in your mind, the person you cut off, how do they feel now? How do they feel now? So we're going to be picking from crystals. If you want a personal reading, go to the link in my description. I offer personal readings on my Etsy, okay? So the link will take you to that. I also offer other various things on my Etsy that you can check out as well. Pile number 1, you're going to be the lapis lazuli, okay? Pile number 2, you're going to be the clear quartz. Okay, pile number 3, you are going to be the citrine. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. Okay, so pile number 1, if you chose the lapis lazuli, this is your reading. How does this person feel after you cut them off? Oh my god. Pile number 1, this person feels stupid. Okay, this person feels stupid. They feel silly. They feel like they let you get away. Okay, this person feels like they just let you get away. Like they thought you were going to stay. They thought you were going to wait. You know, they thought you were going to wait there or like stay there or stay with them in some sort of way or be there. Okay, they thought you were still gonna be there, and then when they look again, it's like you're not there anymore, and they're like, dang it, I could have. They're just thinking I could have done something, or I could have prevented that. I could have prevented pile number 1 from leaving, but I wasn't diligent about keeping them. Also, pile number 1, this person knows that it's their fault. Okay, this person knows that it's their fault for why you cut them off and why you got away. Because I'm more so getting that you got away. Okay, like you got away while this person was assuming that you weren't gonna get away. Or that, I don't know, it's not that they were assuming you weren't gonna get away, it's just that they weren't concerned about that. It's almost like they were distracted with something else. It's like they were focused on other things, maybe even other people, I don't know, but they thought that they could leave you on the back burner and come back to you later. Like they thought they could come back to you later after waiting or something. Like they thought that they could just come back to you, but it's like instead of you waiting for them to like, you know what I'm saying, like instead of you waiting around, you just like you got away like a bird or a butterfly, you know, like you flew away. Because what is a bird doing? Not flying, you know, like what is a bird doing? Waiting, you know what I'm saying? Like you might be an air sign or you might have air in your chart. Okay, but let me get into this a little bit more. Pile number 1, this person legitimately feels like they shot their own foot. Okay, they feel like they shot their own foot, or they weren't really on the job. You know how it's like, I'm getting this analogy of someone kind of keeping watch, right? And it's like in those apocalyptic movies, right? Like someone, when you need to sleep, there needs to be someone who keeps watch. It's like this person fell asleep on the job. Okay, when they were supposed to keep watch on you, it's like they fell asleep on the job and you got away. Or another analogy is like, okay, you're holding someone hostage, right? And you need to keep an eye on the person you're holding hostage. Not that this person was holding you hostage in any way, but I'm just trying to find a good analogy of like they needed to keep watch. They needed to keep watch, but they fell asleep on the job. Okay, it's like, I don't know, they needed, you escaped this person somehow, or you just got away. Okay, you got away because they were lazy. There was something lazy about this person not being able to keep you. Okay, they weren't able to keep you, they were lazy, or low effort or breadcrumbing, okay? They feel like they could have done something so simple to keep you around, okay? They feel like if I had just did at least like one thing, they would still be around. I would still have them, okay? Like, if I just insert whatever it is, like, they just think, dang it, I could have done something so simple, like, or maybe they're realizing like you weren't really asking for much, pile number one. Like, this person is like, damn, like they didn't even really need that much to for me to keep them in my life, okay? Like, they didn't really need that much from me, yet I still didn't give them anything and they got away, you know? They just feel dumb. They feel stupid. Pile number one. Okay, let me see. It's like they feel silly, okay, pile number one, and they might be making fun of themselves, or they might be, I don't know, there's something very silly. Like, they feel really silly. Like, they feel like it's almost comical how easily they failed at keeping you in their life, okay? And that's why they understand why you cut them off. They're like, well, duh. Yeah, like, I wasn't giving pile number one anything. Like, of course. They understand, and they see how it makes sense. Okay, they see it very clearly. They see very clearly how much it makes sense that you got away from them or that you cut them off. They see it very clearly, and there's no excuse. They have no excuse, and they can't really think of any excuse, and it almost brings them to I was going to say to tears, but like to laugh about it, or just like hysterically laugh about the fact that, like, of course pile number one left. Like, of course, like, how could I be so stupid? But it is what it is. Like, wow, you know. This person understands what they did wrong. They want to do better, but they also understand if it's not a possibility to like come back to you. They also understand that, like, oh yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get pile number one back because of what I did, basically, or because of what I didn't do. Yeah, they're like, well, I understand what I did wrong now. And now I kind of want to do better, and I kind of want to do what it takes to keep pile number one in my life. But I'm not sure if the damage can be reversed. You know, like, I'm not sure if the cutoff can be reversed. And I'm not sure if I even deserve for the cutoff to be reversed, you know? Like, they really are taking this L, pile number one. They are taking the L. This person doesn't really know how to come back from that. They don't really know how to come back from that. They're very stuck. I want to say this person is kind of stuck, and they're stuck, and they don't really know if it's even possible to come back from that, to come back to you, for you to come back to them. They are contemplating the possibility or impossibility of it. They would like, okay, they would like to have access to you, okay? They would like to try again. They would like to have access to you so that they could do a little bit better. It's just tough because I'm not even sure if they're willing to do that much better, pile number one. I'm not even sure if they're even willing to even do that much better than, you know, the first time. But they would like to try and see how it goes to do better for you. They definitely feel like you have the complete right to cut them off. They feel like it's completely understandable that you have cut them off. They really do understand. They really get it, and they see their actions, they see themselves, and they're like, "Oh yeah. 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 Pile number 1 cutting me off. That's a no-brainer." Like, of course they cut me off because I was acting the way that I did. It just makes sense. And they, like I said, they feel stupid. They feel stupid because they do feel like you are like of value, like you are a valuable person, whether they like to admit that or not, okay? Because I do think this person might have tried to undervalue you or even neg you a little bit or make you question your own worth in a way. But this person can't deny that you are of high value. You are a high value person. Whether or not they are willing to verbally admit that, okay, to you or to your face, or like they're like, yeah, it would have been nice to have pile number 1, it would have been nice to keep pile number 1 around. It would have been nice to keep them in my life, like, because of your value. It's almost like they were blindsided in a way, pile number 1. Like, when you were around, when you were in this person's life, it's like they didn't see you. It's like they didn't see you all the way. And now that you're gone, now that you cut them off, now they see you, and they're like, that they feel stupid now because they didn't see you, and now they do, and now I should have done what was needed to keep pile number 1 in my life. I'm getting that this person is kind of reluctant to, I guess, reach out to you or fix things because this person does have a big ego, or they're not used to doing that. They're not the kind of person to do that, okay? They're not really the kind of person to to go out of their own way to fix things, or like put themselves out there or take a risk like that. This person is too embarrassed, or they're too prideful to actually like come towards you, pile number 1. And also, they don't feel good enough for you. They don't feel like they deserve you, and they're kind of embarrassed about their actions. They feel like you see them, okay? Pile number 1, this person feels like you see them for who they are. And because of that, it's hard for them to have faith or to believe, like, they're like, oh, pile number 1 sees me, like they see me. And it makes them feel like any chance of being with you has been ruined now that you see them for who they are. They don't feel like they can really come back from that. Like I said throughout this reading, they don't feel like they can come back from what has been revealed to you about them and what you have learned from this connection, like what you have learned from this person. They don't really think they can reverse the damage, okay? This person is proud of you, though. That's what I want to say. Like, this person is impressed by your willingness to choose yourself. They are proud of you. They are impressed, okay, by your strength and the way you value yourself enough to not put up with them. This person thinks to themselves, okay, good for them for not allowing me to waste their time, if that makes sense. Like a touche, like this person is like, oh, you managed to get away, whereas like maybe other people can't really manage to get away from this person for whatever reason, okay? But it's like, you are the one that got away, and they didn't think that you would, okay? This, like I said in the beginning, this person didn't think that you would walk away. This person didn't think that you would cut them off. They didn't think you had it in you. They didn't think you had the strength to do that, but you did. And they're kind of just like, whoa, wow. You know, they're impressed. They're impressed that you actually had the strength to do it. And they're still kind of in shock, I want to say. They're kind of still surprised and impressed. And they're like, wow, they really are standing on business. Like, they also wonder if you even think about them. This person wonders if you even think about them. Like, they thought that you were obsessed with them, okay? And maybe you were, I don't know, but like they were under the impression that you were so infatuated with them, you were so obsessed with them that you'd stay around. And when you walked away, and maybe you made it look easy, I don't know, but when you cut this person off, they're just wondering like, wow, was it really that easy? Like, to cut me off like that? Like, was I really even like significant like to you? Like, was I even like important to you at all? Or like, do you even think about me? You know, like, how did you do that so easily? It also makes them question themselves, like, am I really that bad? Like, do I really not really have anything to offer? Like, so much so that pile number one would just walk away so easily like that? Like, am I really not it? Like, am I really not all that? Like, am I really just disposable like that? Like, am I someone who's that disposable? It really makes them question themselves, pile number one. You are a mind trip. You are seriously a mind trip. This person is also very amused by your ability to walk away. Not only are they impressed, but they're also amused by it, and they're like, wow, pile one really isn't taking any crap, guys. Like, wow, get a load of that. Like, good for pile number one. Like, good for pile number one. Okay, so pile number one, I'm gonna move on. I am going to move on to the next pile. Thank you so much for watching. Anyways, if you want a personal reading, go to the link in my description. Okay, I offer personal readings on my Etsy, as well as a bunch of other stuff. Okay, pile number two, if you chose the clear quartz, this is your pile. So how does this person feel now that you've cut them off? Okay, pile number two. This person feels like they can get back in. I'm not gonna lie, pile number two. This person feels like they can come back in. They feel like they can convince you to take them back. Okay, this person doesn't see your cutoff as a real cutoff. This person doesn't see your cutoff as a real boundary. They're like, oh no, that's nothing. I can just come back into pile number two's life. And yeah, like, they don't see it as an obstacle. They don't see your cutoff as an obstacle. They see it as like a bump in the road in your relationship. Okay, they see it as not that big a deal, and they're like, no, pile number two and we are gonna get back together, and we're going to sort this out. Okay, we're gonna get back on track. That's the thing. This person, pile number two, feels like you guys can go back to where you were. They can go back to how things were with you. Okay, they feel like they can go back to that. They also have no regard for your boundary. Okay, they have no regard for your reason why you cut them off. Okay, it's like it goes through one ear and out the other. Okay, whatever you have communicated to this person, or whatever the reason is that you cut this person off, it just went all the way over their head, and they're all like, whatever. Okay, pile number two and I belong together anyways, so whatever. You know, it's like they don't hear or see what's important here about your boundaries, about your needs, your wants. They have their own vision of you guys, okay? It's all about what they see happening between you guys. It's all about what they envision. That's what I want to say. It's all about what they envision between you two. It's not about what you envision. It's not about you. It's about what they envision. It's like they have this plan. They have this grand plan. They're like, okay, pile number two and I are going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to have kids. We're going to blah, blah, blah. We're going to blah, blah, blah. And they haven't even really considered what you want in terms of this plan that they have dreamed up. They have this very intricate plan for the both of you. And it's not like you've really agreed to it. Like you might not even be down for this plan, but you're just this part of it. Like you're part of their plan. You're just a part of their plan. And it's almost like you don't even have autonomy when it comes to this plan. What you want, your needs, and what you're comfortable with is not even considered when it comes to what this person has planned for the both of you. Okay, this plan that they envision for you, they really don't give a crap. They don't give a flying crap what you want from them. It's really just about what they envision. Okay, let's see. Pile number two. This person is very antsy, very anxious without you, okay? To them, your cutoff is like you misbehaving in some sort of way, or you not getting with the picture that they have painted, okay? It's like you are just malfunctioning in their eyes. Like, okay, pile number two just doesn't understand the vision that I have. I'm going to try to make pile number two understand the vision. They're going to try to convince you to play this role, okay, for them in their life. Kind of like this play that I read called A Doll's House by, I think, this guy named Gibson, I don't know. But it's a play called A Doll's House. And it's about this woman who's expected to be this housewife and just be like this doll, right? So it's about this play. This woman feels like a doll in this man's life. Like her only role is just to be a doll for him. And not have feelings, not have wants, not have needs, not have autonomy, not have dreams, you know? Like, she's just meant to be this wife. That's all. Like, that's the role that this man has assigned for her. And in the end, she just leaves. Literally, she just leaves this guy. Like, she leaves her husband. She's like, I'm not your doll. I'm leaving. Goodbye. And I guess he still doesn't understand. I don't know the play. It was a long time since I've read it, but it's like the guy was so mad that she left or something, or he was just so mad that she was actually being her own person and like having her own freedom to like do what she wanted rather than being his wife, his like doll wife. What I'm trying to say here, pile number two, is that this person just views you as a doll that they can just like put in place in a role, that you're this doll that plays this role as a doll in their life, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Pile number 2. This person does not understand that you're standing on business. They can't comprehend, they cannot compute that you're actually done with them because it's not a part of their plan. Okay? They're very dead set on you playing this role for them that they have assigned you in their fantasy, in their envision. Like, it has to be you. Okay, pile number 2, you have to play this role for them. And no one else can play this role for them. It has to be you. And that's why they're not going to take no as an answer. Okay, they're not viewing this cutoff as an actual cutoff. They're not viewing it as like serious. That's why they can't really bring themselves to even understand that you're actually fully, completely done with them. They're like, what do you mean you're done with me? Like, what do you mean? We have this plan. I have a plan for you, and you're gonna be a part of this plan. Okay. So I'm gonna see what else comes out for you, pal number 2. This person is gonna try to sweet talk you. They're gonna try to give you, I don't know, gifts. They're gonna try to do something they think you like. They're gonna do something. They're gonna try to be sentimental as well. They're gonna try to do everything they could possibly do to convince you to be a part of this plan again. Okay, they're gonna try to pull all the moves on you to convince you to see their vision. They really, really, really want you to see what they see. They want you to be a part. They want you to want what they want, okay? And they're gonna try to convince you to want what they want, okay? They don't care about what you want. They're like, no, this is what I want. Okay. Oh my God. And that's a problem. And maybe this is exactly why you cut them off, pile number 2, because they never actually listened to what you want, or they were never actually willing to actually compromise, or yeah, like they just see you as this silly little doll. They really do see you as this silly little doll that's just meant to play a part in their dream. They might have seemed like they take your needs and wants seriously, but they feel like they can shut you up in a certain way. Okay, like when you communicate a need, when you communicate a boundary, it's like this person finds a way to shut you up in a certain way. Like when you throw money at a person, or like when you yeah, like they just like they throw things at you that they think that you want, and they think that's just going to solve the problem, when really you want sincerity, or you want to be sincerely heard in a relationship, or sincerely seen in a relationship, or like you want compromise in a certain way. Like, you get what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense here. But like I said, and I know I sound repetitive, all this person sees is their vision, okay? All they see is their vision, their hopes, their dreams. And for whatever reason, they need you specifically to be a part of that. Okay? Regardless of what you want, regardless of whether you want to be a part of it or not. This person is definitely planning to come back to you, okay? If they have not already, this person is definitely planning to come back to you, and they think it's going to be an easy fix. They think it's just like, okay, all I have to do is just convince pile number 2 to want what I want, and then we'll be good. We'll be smooth sailing. The dream will be back in motion, okay? We can press play again, okay? They're just like, no big deal. I'm just gonna come back to pile number 2, convince them to come back, to be back with me, and then it's all good. Okay, it's all good. This person's definitely gonna come back to you and try to convince you to be with them. So be careful of that, pile number two. Pile number two, that's what I that's it. That's your reading. Okay, so if you want a personal reading, go to the link in my description. The link to that is in my description. Okay, I offer personal readings on my Etsy as well as a bunch of other things. Various things. Okay, so yes, thank you. I'm gonna move on to pile number three. Pile number three, if you chose the citrine, this is your reading. So how does the person on your mind who you cut off, pile number three, how do they feel now that you cut them off? This person is definitely heartbroken because you were a source of happiness for them. And it's almost like you were their only source of happiness. And they feel like you just like it was a personal offense, like you hurt them by taking yourself out of their life. It's almost like it's like pulling a tooth, right? Like it's almost like by you removing yourself from this person's life, they feel like you pulled a tooth. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It's like super painful. They feel like something has just been ripped out of them, if that makes sense, and they don't know how to cope. Okay, they might be crying, they might just be like wallowing in their bed, because I'm seeing someone wallow in their bed. They're like hugging a pillow, they're crying, or they're staring at the wall or the ceiling, and they're just super depressed and they don't know what to do because now you're out of their life. Okay, they're irrationally angry or sad. They might even be throwing things. They might even be punching things and being like, why? You know, like, why? They might be asking God, why? Why would you do this? Like, why? Yeah, this person just might be really depressed or like emotional. This person might be really emotional and depressed and just like, but this person really loves having a reason to be this emotional and this depressed. The reason just so happens to be you, okay? Like, yes, pile number three, you're highly valuable. Of course, you're highly valuable. But this person is using the fact that you left as a reason to be super dramatic and super obsessed. This person might be obsessed with you and just really sad, like such a crybaby, such a drama queen. This person is really a drama queen. Okay, they might be lashing out at people at this time. They might be yelling at people and just being like nasty and rude to people in their life because they're just so upset that you're gone. It's almost like they're blaming you for why they are being really rude to people at this time. Pile number three left me, so that's why I'm being so rude. That's why I'm being so crappy, okay? So it's not my fault. It's pile number three's fault for leaving me, and that's why I'm so sad, and that's why, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Pile number three, you could have been someone who was supplying this person with something. You could have been supporting this person. You could have been doing a lot for this person. You could have been trying to help this person. You could have been basically like a parent to this person. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, you felt like a parent in this relationship. And now that you're gone, this person has completely taken that so seriously. They've lost the benefits that come with you basically be like acting as if you're their parent. They think it's so unfair because you were playing this parental role in their life. And now that that is gone, now that this parental role that you were playing is no longer a thing in their life, they have to actually do things themselves. Like they have to do the laundry themselves. They have to do basic adult things themselves now that you're gone. And it's so immature and it's so childish. This person is so childish. Letting this person go was probably one of the best decisions you've ever made, pile number 3, because of how much this person was in their own way and refused to get out of their own way, and how much this person was depending on you to basically be this like parental figure for them, even if it was like a romantic relationship. Like they expected you to fill this parental role for them, like they were the child and you were the parent, like metaphorically, like in this relationship. They just think it's so unfair that you left. They just think it's so unfair because it's like in their mind, right? In their mind, it's like a parent like abandoning them. Even though you're probably not their parent, it's like in their mind, it's equivalent to being abandoned by their parents. So this person might have childhood trauma, of course, and they're looking for someone to project their parent onto, for whoever they're dating, to fill this parental role that they never got in their childhood. This person was expecting you to basically be their mom or their dad, whatever one. And they have to learn like how to not project their own parents onto their partners. This person definitely has to learn that and redirect whatever anger they feel towards you towards their actual parent in order to like be healthier, right? But this person is still sadly projecting their own parents onto you, okay? Yeah, like they are so mad at you and they are so angry at you, and they are definitely mad at you. They're mad at you. They hate you, okay? This person hates you, okay? But it's not even really real, okay? It's not even that they hate you. They think they hate you, right? This person thinks that they hate you when really they hate their parent or parents, okay? That's who they really hate, but they're projecting that hate onto you, and they don't fully understand that they are projecting that hate onto you. That you're just a person, right? And you're just like an adult. You're just like you're just a person, right? You don't deserve for this person to project that onto you. You don't deserve for this person to project their parent and the hate they feel towards their parent onto you. You don't deserve that because you're not their parent. But sadly, this person is doing that. And just know that it has nothing to do with you. Whatever this person actually feels about you has absolutely nothing to do with you and has everything to do with their childhood. Okay, pile number 3. Don't feel bad for this person either. Do not feel bad for this person because this person is someone who's in their own way. And like I said, their problem is just about projecting their own parents onto their partners, which is not fair, and you never deserved that from this person. You deserve a healthy person. You deserve someone who does not do that, who does not expect you to be their parent. And pile number 3, I would actually look into what made you attracted to this person in the first place? Okay, I'm not saying anything is your fault, but for the sake of introspection, right? Like, or what made you stay with somebody or entertain somebody who projected their parents onto you, basically? And were you projecting your own parent onto this person? Was a parent of yours as immature as this person was or is? You know, like, do you have a habit of trying to fix your romantic partners, trying to make them grow up in some sort of way, trying to fix them up? Because you deserve someone who doesn't need to be fixed, who's already whole. Okay. So yes, pile number 3, that was your reading. I hope you liked it. If you want a personal reading, go to the link in my description. That's where I offer my personal readings. Okay. So thanks, guys. Bye.